Mitchell Events Center is the place to be this Friday and Saturday as KNEB hosts the annual Farm and Ranch Expo. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, the 38th annual KNEB Farm and Ranch Expo kicked off this morning at the Mitchell Events Center. More than 75 vendors from the tri-state region and beyond are on hand at their respective booths from now until Saturday afternoon. Things kicked off this morning with a free biscuit and gravy breakfast, followed by lots of free giveaway drawings. KNEB Promotions Director Kendra Feather says that there will be something for everybody at this year's expo.
And we have blended concessions there so you can eat while you're up there, walk through the show, see some of your vendors you've seen. There'll be some new ones. We're happy to represent at least 5 states come in for this show and come and see what these people do. I mean, they travel a lot around to shows, and we're honored that they come back to our show because they can run the gamut. There's a lot of things going on right then. Register for some Visa gift cards will be given away on Friday and Saturday, one each day, and then the vendors will have giveaways too.
Friday's expo runs until 5 p.m., and on Saturday the hours are from 9 until 3 p.m. Well, more than 6 hours of testimony took place Wednesday as the Health and Human Services Committee considered LB 626, an advance indicator of how passionate debate on the issue of abortion will be if the measure makes it to the full legislature. The bill by Senator Joni Albrecht of Thurston, dubbed as the Heartbeat Act, would ban abortion after an ultrasound detects embryonic cardiac activity. Critics say the measure targets women's reproductive rights, with Omaha Senator Michaela Cavanaugh questioning the impact on the physician-patient relationship.
The intention of this is to prohibit elective abortions.
Yes, it is.
And in the process, we're going to jeopardize patients' health care.
We're not going to jeopardize anyone's health care.
So you said that doctors have been fear-mongering over this bill, and I have to be honest here. I'm terrified by what you are telling me right now.
I'm sorry.
Because I don't feel like you understand.
I think I fully understand. I've got to convince you that the doctors and what they're doing today in our hospitals, we have the utmost confidence in.
Megan Hunt of Omaha filed one of 2 kill motions against the bill the day it was introduced, as well as 34 amendments that would be used to filibuster the measure at each of the 3 rounds of floor debate if it advances out of committee. We'll have more news right after this.
Swipe right, swipe left, endlessly searching. Finding the perfect match isn't always perfect, but it can be when it comes to finances. Nora found the perfect business loan. Jenny opened her first savings account. Grammy loves her checking account. We found a match for Wilson Farms. The Sandersons were matched with a mortgage. Regardless of your financial situation, Platte Valley Bank will match you with the perfect solution. Find your match at Platte Valley Bank.
Life Care promises us that we are looked after and taken care of properly.
If I didn't have Life Care, I would be probably scared to death about having enough money for when I got older or when I got sick.
Moving in here was an easy decision and in fact a no-brainer. I looked at it as actually buying long-term care insurance, and in retrospect a good move.
One of the things that convinces me that we did the right thing is no matter what happens, we will constantly be taken care of.
The whole thing is just vital because you don't have to be worried about what's ahead for you. It's there, it's in black and white, and that's reassuring.
This is home. It has been from the day I moved in.
Welcome back. A 35-year-old Scottsbluff woman has been sentenced to jail following convictions in 2 district court cases. Last week, Samantha Mendoza was sentenced to 365 days in jail after pleading no contest to second-degree forgery. She was convicted after passing a forged check that was valued somewhere between $1,500 and $5,000. She was also sentenced to time already served on an attempted burglary conviction, and she'll also have to serve a term of 9 months of post-release supervision. Well, a Scottsbluff woman who was arrested in connection to a January 2022 attempted burglary in Scottsbluff will not be serving any jail time. 22-year-old Andriana Gonzalez was one of 3 arrested after police were dispatched to a home on West 15th Street and observed a screen to the residence had been cut with a knife. Last week in district court, Gonzalez was sentenced to 12 months of probation after pleading no contest to charges of first-degree criminal trespass and obstruction. And the Nebraska Tourism Commission on Wednesday announced grants totaling more than $750,000 in the combined application cycle of the Community Impact and Tourism Marketing Grant programs. Awards to Panhandle organizations include $25,000 to the Dawes County Tourism to market Northwest Nebraska, as well as grants to the Willa Cather Foundation, the Gering Visitors Bureau, the WNCC Foundation for promotion of the Platte Valley Company's Monument Marathon, and to the Oregon Trail Community Foundation to promote this year's Old West Balloon Fest. John Ricks, the executive director of the Nebraska Tourism Commission, said the grant programs are designed to encourage communities in all corners of the state to market their destination or event to potential visitors, as more people are considering Nebraska as a travel destination. The commission received a total of 88 applications this grant cycle, requesting more than $1.4 million in funding.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the Great Big Small Bank.
We continue our coverage of this year's Cattle Industry Convention, and joining us today is Anne-Marie Bosshammer from the Nebraska Beef Council. Anne-Marie, it's always a lot of fun being down here back in New Orleans. Feels like we were just here a couple of years ago, but I suppose It's been a few of them at this point. What's the role of the checkoff at these meetings?
So the role of the checkoff is basically having all of our different committee meetings and setting plans for the upcoming fiscal year. So there are committees such as Consumer Trust, Domestic Marketing, International Marketing, Nutrition and Health, and Safety. All of those committees are meeting and listening to potential contractors that are going to bring forth proposals for checkoff funding. And it's all producers, just like those that are on my board, sitting there making those decisions.
Yep. I understand you heard a presentation about some of the consumer trends when it comes to beef and their diet. What can you share with us about that?
Well, so we had a market research review this morning of everything that's going on with the consumer, because the foundational research that the Checkoff does helps us build out those programs. And sometimes it takes a long time for those to pay off, kind of like with the dietary guidelines and our early years program. We started that research 20 years ago. Bottom line right now, though, is as we look to 2023, inflation is a big deal to consumers, as we know, all of us it is. And so we're looking at consumers really wanting value. They're looking for deals and coupons and how to use leftovers. And so, that's one of the things that's going to fuel the recipes that we do, some of the different promotions that we do, just to help provide that need for what the consumer wants.
On the Nebraska level, there's been several new promotions you guys have kicked off over the last few years that I think our viewers and listeners today might be familiar with. But on the national side, are there any particular new promotions or things that have been done over the last year that excite you?
Well, I'm a big believer that beef is nutritious for everybody at any age. And so last year and the last couple of years, we focused on our early years campaign. And that is where little kids at the age of 6 months and older should start eating beef. The new one that's coming out is the Strong Minds, Strong Bodies campaign, and it's for teenagers. A lot of us know that teenagers, especially female teenagers, are low in iron. They are running, busy with high school things, and they just don't have a very, very nutritious diet, especially for iron, zinc, all those things that they need. So there is a new promotion that is happening with doctors' offices, and we are participating in Nebraska to get this Strong Minds, Strong Bodies campaign out there, and I'm very excited about that.
All right, certainly something we'll keep an eye on. What else do you want to add?
Well, it's really, a lot of people think, well, you're going to New Orleans and it's fun and it's great to see people, but this is really where all of the work gets done. And there are, all of our board members, all of the Cattlemen's Beef Board members that are here serving on those committees to help make those decisions and pave the way for the Checkoff. And so I think it's really important for folks to know and understand that's the work that's being done here. So thank you.
A lot of business happening down here in New
Orleans. A lot of business, yes.
At this year's Cattle Industry Convention. That's Anne-Marie Boshammer with the Nebraska Beef Council. And I'm Bryce Duskett here on the Rural Radio Network.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gearing.
Well, let's take a peek at what's happening on your weekend community calendar. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the people you know and trust.
You deserve to have a building that will last for generations. With more than 110 years of experience and thousands of satisfied customers, Morton Buildings is the industry leader you can trust. If you're planning for a garage, farm shop, horse barn, storage building for your RV, boat, or collectibles, there's no better time to buy. Contact your local Morton sales office or visit mortonbuildings.com to get started today.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you plan for tomorrow while you enjoy today. Our personalized trust services can help you do just that. You've worked hard to build your legacy, and you want to make sure that gets passed on for generations to come. We offer the professional guidance necessary to ensure that happens, according to your wishes. We pride ourselves in being friendly and professional while offering a highly tailored full line of trust and estate planning services to accommodate you. You belong here.
And finally tonight, Theater West's annual fundraiser, Broadway's in the Bluffs, returns to the Judy Chalupka Theater at WNCC on March 4th. This event is a musical showcase presented by local performers for Theater West while spreading a love for theater. It's been an annual fundraising event since 2000, and Broadway in the Bluffs serves as a way for the nonprofit to raise money and expose Panhandle citizens to live theater and music. Presenting a diverse program of songs from Broadway musicals, the event presents a decadent chocolate buffet following the performance. Tickets are $25, $20 for students, and $50 for families, and can be purchased through the Theater West box office at 635-6193. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.